Once upon a time, in the Rainbow Valley, there was an old and powerful steam train called Thunderbolt that worked tirelessly on the endless tracks. Thunderbolt carried both passengers and cargo, spreading joy wherever it went. Whenever people smelled its smoke in the air, they would excitedly wave and shout, "Thunderbolt is coming!" But one day, the train started making strange noises. Its engine wheezed, and its smoke no longer rose joyfully into the sky. Even the head engineer couldn't figure out what was wrong. The train explained that at the end of the tracks lay a treasure, but to make its engine work again, it needed the legendary magic coal stones. Standing beside Thunderbolt was a small child. This was Dean, a brave and curious young boy. Although everyone said, "This is a job for grown-ups," Dean followed the train and said, "I'll help you, Thunderbolt. I'll help you find the treasure." The train admired Dean's courage and trusted him. And so, the two decided to embark on a long and exciting adventure together. Thunderbolt first headed toward the mysterious forest. This forest was so dense that sunlight could barely seep through. Thunderbolt stopped to rest its engine. Dean, who was walking in the forest, came across an old turtle. The turtle was famous for its wisdom and slowly approached Dean. "Greetings, little hero," said the turtle. "Deep within this forest lies the first piece of the magic coal stone. But to find it, you must be very patient. The forest does not favor those who rush." Dean listened to the turtle's advice and carefully made his way deeper into the forest. He found a softly glowing stone inside the hollow of a giant tree. But retrieving the stone was no easy task because it could only be removed in complete silence. Dean took a deep breath and patiently managed to pull the stone out. As soon as he had the first piece, Thunderbolt let out a deep whistle, as if it had regained some of its spirit. As they left the forest, Dean and Thunderbolt reached the pink bridge that spanned a giant river. However, the bridge was guarded by a powerful wind spirit that would only allow those who answered its question correctly to cross. Thunderbolt stopped in front of the bridge, and the strong wind began to speak. "To cross this bridge, you must first answer a question. Trains always return to where they started. Why is that?" Dean thought carefully, watching the leaves being swept away by the wind. Finally, he smiled and said, "Because the tracks always keep them on the right path. Trains return to where they started thanks to the tracks." Hearing Dean's correct answer, the wind quieted down and allowed them to cross the bridge. In the middle of the bridge, a light shone brightly. It was the second piece of the magic coal stone. Dean picked it up and placed it inside Thunderbolt. Their final destination was the towering snow-covered gray mountains. Thunderbolt struggled as it climbed toward the peak. The air grew colder, the sky darkened, and a fierce storm arose. The train was nearly about to slide off the tracks, but Dean shouted with determination, "Don't give up, Thunderbolt! We'll succeed together!" At that moment, they came across a massive cave. At its entrance stood a giant dragon guarding the way. The dragon declared, "You cannot enter this cave without facing your fears." Dean took a deep breath. "I'm afraid of failing, but this journey isn't just about my courage. It's also about my friend Thunderbolt's strength. Together, we'll succeed," he said. The dragon, impressed by Dean's bravery, stepped aside. Inside the cave, the third and final coal stone was glowing brightly. Dean retrieved it and placed it inside Thunderbolt's engine. The engine roared back to life, and the train regained its former glory. When Dean and Thunderbolt returned to Rainbow Valley, everyone greeted them with cheers. Thunderbolt was now stronger than ever. Its smoke danced toward the clouds as the townsfolk gave Dean the title, Little Hero. From that day on, the tale of Thunderbolt and Dean was passed down among the children of the town. Everyone learned the importance of courage, patience, and teamwork.